Hello, fans, and welcome to This Day in Baseball, where we're going to bring you a full radio broadcast of today's game. And before we do that, I just want to thank Classic Baseball Radio, and there's a link in the notes where you can check out their full channel. They have many great radio broadcasts. And while you're listening to today's game, if you want to check out much more about the game and the players, look on the links below, and you're going to see links to player pages, the date the game happened, the year it happened, and the play-by-play. Enjoy the game, and check out the links while you're watching the game, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that every time new content comes out, you're going to get that firsthand. And thank you again for checking out This Day in Baseball, and enjoy the game.
Second game of the doubleheader about to get underway. The New York Mets taking the field as they get set to battle in the final game of this four-game series. This is Ralph Kiner along with Lindsey Nelson and Bob Murphy. The starting pitchers for the game will be Gary Kroll for the New York Mets, pitching to Johnny Stevenson, and pitching for the Cubs, Ernie Broglio. His catcher will be Vic Rasnowski. The first game won by the Cubs 7-6. Under somber skies, with the enthusiasm of the Mets fans not dampened at all, as they witnessed an hour and 10 minutes of displays of banners between games. And now the second game to get underway, and the first pitch by Gary Kroll is in for called strike. For the Chicago Cubs, the first batter is Joe Malfitano. He'll be followed by Don Landrum, then Bill Williams, then Ernie Banks, then Ron Santo, then George Altman. The catcher, Vic Rasnowski, batting seventh. Don Kessinger, the shortstop, batting eighth, and the pitcher, Ernie Broglio, batting ninth. First pitch, a called strike, and now Kroll back again, and the curveball is in there for a called strike, too. Joe Malfitano did not play in the first game, won by the Cubs 7-6. He is batting at .244. No home runs and 3 runs batted in. Playing at second base, a right-hand batter. Gary Kroll with a record of 6 wins and 6 losses on the mound for the Mets. He has won 6 ball games in a mixture of relief and starting performances. This is his 32nd appearance on the mound, his 11th start. And now Kroll back at 2 strikes, and he misses with a curveball. It's all the way back to the screen. Ball bouncing away from Johnny Stevenson, the catcher. The Mets have Ed Kranepool at first base, Chuck Hiller at second base, Roy McMillan at shortstop, Charlie Smith at third base. In left field, Jim Hickman. In center field, Johnny Lewis. In right field, Gary Kroll. Right at the moment, the skies are ominous looking, somber clouds as they float by. But the first game in and the second game underway. After Joe Malfitano, the batter will be Don Landrum, followed by Billy Williams. Mets in the first ball game had the bases loaded with 2 men out in the bottom half of the ninth. The tying run at third, but a great play by Ron Santo saved the game for the Cubs. Kranepool in the batter's box, waiting patiently as Abernathy goes to the rosin bag. Now he stands on the pitching rubber, looks in for the sign. Outfield being moved around toward left field. And the pitch. It is hit down to third base. A backhand play by Santo. A great play to save the game. The ball hit to the right side of Ron Santo over down the line. He went over to backhand the ball to keep it from going on through. It would have been the game for the Mets, but he came up with it. Went to the bag for the fourth play that ended the ball game, and the Cubs hang on to win by a score of 7-6. Now a curve back way inside. It drives Malfitano away from the plate. The count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The umpires for this ball game: Stan Landis at home plate, Mel Steiner at first base, Al Pollock at second base, and Augie Donatelli at third. The pitch is hit high in the air. The shortstop, Roy McMillan, right underneath it. He's waiting on the dirt part of the infield. And it comes down. He has it. One away here in the top of the first. The second batter of the ball game coming up. It is Don Landrum. Landrum has had 1 hit in the 3 games prior to this ball game, 1 for 10. He's batting .242. Landrum, a left-hand batter with 5 home runs and 21 runs batted in. The third baseman, Charlie Smith, shortened up the guard against the bunt. Outfield shifted toward the right side, and Gary Kroll taking the signs from Johnny Stevenson. And the first pitch to Landrum is a curve in there for a called strike. A big sweeping curveball by Gary Kroll. Kroll out to save the final game of this 4-game series. Cubs won the first one 4-3. They won the second one 7-1, and they won the third one 7-6. The first game of this doubleheader. And now at 1 strike, it's Kroll back again. And he's high with a changeup, and the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. Lights are on here at Shea Stadium. Over toward the left field foul area and back of the stands. Bird very heavy, dark clouds. Very low cloud cover right at the moment. Planes flying by on their way to LaGuardia, coming out of the mist down into the landing area. Now a curve back, swung on and missed, and it counted 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, we have a lot of information for you throughout the game on the banners displayed here. Last year there were 1,031 banners displayed. This year, I believe, quite a bit more. It took an hour and 12 minutes to have them all parade by, with prizes awarded to 4 classes. Now the 1-2 pitch. It is bounced in the ground, and the count stays at 1-2. Foul ball. The winning banner, certainly a well-taken one for a Mets fan. The overall winning banner, the sweepstakes banner, was a simple one that said, "To err is human, to forgive is a Mets fan." That won the #1 prize of the day. Now at 1-2, it's Kroll back to Landrum, inside with the curveball, dug out of the dirt. And they counted 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the 2-man category, the winning banner was Pray for Rain, R-E-I-G-N. Very attractive one in the 2-man group. Gary Kroll peering in. Don Landrum, a left-hand batter, waiting in the batter's box. And now the pitch. Fastball outside, and it's ball 3. Full count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. One banner out here today was over 100 feet long. It said, "The bells are ringing for me and my Mets. Let's go Mets." And they went around with this 100-foot banner with bells ringing. Pitch back is inside. It's ball 4. And the first base runner of the game goes to first base, Don Landrum. That'll bring up Billy Williams, who's had quite a series against the Mets. Billy has had 7 hits and 11 times up, 2 singles, 2 doubles, 2 triples, 1 home run. He has driven in 5 runs, and he has scored 5. His average now up to 294. Williams with 18 home runs and 65 runs batted in, a left-hand batter. And Gary Kroll with the first pitch. It's a curveball inside for ball 1. Ed Kranepool with a dangerous Billy Williams, a left-hand batter up, playing behind the runner at first base. Landrum has been bothered by sore heels. Although with Kroll on the mound and his big move to home plate on his delivery, it's a little bit ticklish for the runner at first base. Kroll back to the plate to Williams, and a ball hit hard down towards second base. Chuck Miller over the one-handed as he goes to his left. His play to first base in time for the second out. On the play, Landrum moves over to third. That'll bring up Ernie Banks. Ernie batting at 276. Big home run in the first game. It put the Cubs in front 6-4, 2-run home run. Now batting with Landrum at third base and 2 men away. No score in the game. Ernie has had difficulty with Gary Kroll. He is not the type pitcher that he has looked too well against. Kroll goes into the windup. Here comes the runner. He's going to steal it. And he steals home. Ball going right over the top of Banks' head. We'll see what's going on. The home plate umpire, Stan Landis, indicates that Banks was hit and the runner will have to go back to third. So in spite of the fact that the runner was across home plate, Ernie Banks hit by the pitch. He goes to first base. The runner goes back to third. A break for the Mets. Landrum back at third, and Gary Kroll is in the set position. The batter is Ron Santo. Santo, a right-hand batter. Batting at 281. He takes the pitch inside. It's ball 1. Santo with 23 home runs and 64 runs batted in. Kroll in the set position again. His next pitch to the plate, a curve sweeping in. It's strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Landrum breaking from third base had a tremendous jump. He was going as Kroll started his big windup. He was trying to get out of the way just to save his life, and the ball went at him. And it nicked him. So a run was sent back to third. Now the 1-1 delivery. Fastball up high, and it's ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike as Gary Cole works here in the top of the first. Runners at first and third with no runs in. Johnny Stevenson, the catcher, sending the signs back to the mound. Grohl takes them. Looks at first base. And now the next delivery, a fastball foul to the right side on the play. And that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Landrum talking with Alvin Darden, the third base coach. Rube Walker, the coach at first. Ernie Banks leading off there. So in this time, a fastball is high and tied. It's ball 3. So Gary Kroll, the pitch after losing his hat, picking it up. Third batter that he has gone to 3-2 on in this first inning. Ernie Banks will be going with the pitch. He's being held at first base by Crane Ball. Now Kroll in the set position. Banks goes, and the pitch is high for ball 4. So the Cubs, without a base hit, have the bases loaded here in the top of the first. And it brings up George Altman, left-hand hitting left fielder. Darryl Sutherland, newly acquired by the Mets for Larry Bernard, is starting to warm up in the bullpen for the Mets. George Altman, who has not played too much this year, batting at .245. This is his 69th game. Altman with 4 home runs and 20 runs batted in. A left-hand batter. And the first pitch. Fastball, it's on the outside corner for a strike. Bases loaded for the Cubs in the first. Pitch hit on the ground, through in the right field, a base hit. Don Landrum scoring from third base, coming around to score from second base. Ernie Banks is over third, in time, he's out. Ron Santo trying to go from first to third on Gary Cole, going out on the perfect throw as Charlie Smith makes the play. But in the inning, the Cubs scored 2 runs on 1 base hit. There were no errors. Left on, and the score at the end of 1/2 inning. The Cubs 2, the Mets nothing. Hey, if you've been wondering what Swedish Americans sing after the smorgasbord, listen to this.
Turalari is a song that Swedish Americans sing over and over at their parties and picnics until they raise a fearful thirst. Then they change their tunes. Elon Gore is a traditional Swedish drinking song, and often the beer they drink is Rheingold Extra Dry. In fact, in New York City, where there are more Swedes than in all of Husqvarna, more people drink Rheingold than any other beer. Why do Swedish Americans like Rheingold? We don't know, but we must be doing something right.
For the Mets, it'll be Chuck Hiller to lead off at second base. He'll be followed by Roy McMillan at shortstop and Johnny Lewis in center field. Fourth batter for the Mets will be Charlie Smith, the third baseman. Batting fifth, Eddie Kranepool at first base. Batting sixth in left field, Jim Hickman. Gary Cole batting seventh, playing right field. Johnny Stevenson, the catcher, batting eighth. And the pitcher, Gary Cole, batting ninth. And now it's Ernie Broglio with his first pitch to Chuck Hiller. A fastball into center field. Don Landrum right there. And he makes the catch. Brings up Roy McMillan. With 2 hits in the first ball game, 4 for 10 in the series, batting at .233. 1 home run and 24 runs batted in. Cubs leading 2-0, scoring 2 runs in the first on 1 base hit. And Broglio, right-hander with a fastball that's inside. It's ball 1. Ernie thinking the pitch was good enough, but called the ball by home plate umpire Stan Landon. now Brolio back again. The pitch is punched down to first. Banks goes over to his right, but the ball was not hit too hard. He comes up with it, throws to Brolio covering at first base for the second out. Right now, as we wait for Johnny Lewis to come up, we pause for station identification. This is the New York Mets Baseball Network.
A town mile WGY and WGFM Schenectady.
Ralph Kiner along with Lindsey Nelson and Bob Murphy from Shea Stadium. It's a 2-0 game in the bottom half of the first with 2 men out. The Cubs leading. The batter is Johnny Lewis. Johnny, a left-hand batter with 2 hits in the first game, driving in 2 runs, batting at .265. And he takes the first pitch, a change curve inside. It's ball 1. Johnny now with 38 RBIs. He has 14 home runs. He's had quite a series against the Cubs. 5 for 14. Pitch back to him. Curveball up too high, and the count at 2 balls and no strikes. Final score in the American League: the Yankees defeated Detroit 6-5. Winning pitcher was Brennan in relief. He came in the game in the 8th. The losing pitcher was Orlando Pena in relief. Now at 2-0, a pitch outside, ball 3. Yankees 6 runs, 14 hits, no errors. Detroit 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Kaline Downing, who was the starting pitcher. Euler, Cash, Richardson, and Barker had home runs. Now at 3-0, it's high for ball 4. The Mets have their first base runner. That'll bring up Charlie Smith. Charlie batting .266. Had a home run in the first game. His 13th. He has 44 runs batted in. Johnny Lewis with a stolen base in the first game at first base. Dime run is at the plate. 2 men away in the bottom half of the first. The first pitch, a curveball outside. It's ball 1. Attendance here today, a total of 25,067 paid. And along with service personnel, 25,681 a total. Now the next pitch back hits to left field. He's to left, going back is George Orman. He's looking, it's going, gone. So Charlie Smith with a 2-out, 2-run home run to tie up the ball game. That is Charlie's second home run of the day, his 14th this year. He now has his 45th and 46th runs batted in. The batter stepping in is Eddie Craneball. And the first pitch to Craneball, a slider that's in for called strike. Ed batting at .264. 8 home runs and 42 runs batted in. 1 strike delivery, a changeup. It is in the right field, a base hit. Line drive over the head of Ernie Banks and out into right field. Cut off by Bill Williams, and the Mets now have Craneball at first base with their second base hit of the ball game. The batter coming up is Jim Hickman. Jim, a right-hand batter, hitting .224. 8 home runs, 21 runs batted in. Playing left field. Score tied at 2-2, and the Mets tying up the ball game with 2 men out in the bottom half of the first. The first pitch to Hickman is hit hard down to short, taken on 1 hop there by Kessinger. He goes to the second baseman for the force play, then retires aside. But in the ending, the Mets tied up by scoring 2 runs. They had 2 hits. There were no errors, 1 man left. And the score at the end of 1, the Mets 2, the Cubs 2. First man up for the Cubs here in the top of the second with the score tied at 2-2 will be the catcher, Vic Rasnowski. Vic, a left-hand batter, hitting .217. And Gary Kroll with his first pitch, a fastball over at the knee, strike 1. Rasnowski did not play in the first ball game. Ed Bailey was the starting catcher, and he had a 3-run home run in the first inning. And the 1 strike delivery, curveball in, it's strike 2. Overhand curveball breaking over the inside corner at the knees. It's a 2-strike count. And Kroll back again. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. A foul tip indicated by the umpire, and Gary Kroll gets his first strikeout and his first out here in the top of the second. Score tied at 2-2, and now batting for the first time, the second baseman, I think it's the shortstop, Don Kessinger. Once again, the rain is starting to come down here at Shea. First pitch is fouled away. Strike 1. had started before and stopped. It's not very heavy at this moment. Some of the banners that were displayed, there were about 1,700 of them being used as umbrellas at the moment. One strike count. And a line drive on a high curve to left field for a base hit. Jim Hickman takes it on the second hop, a tough hop, and holds the shortstop at first base. Second base hit for the Cubs. It's even at 2 apiece. The score tied at 2-2, and the batter coming up is Ernie Broglio. Umpires are working with a crew of 3 here in the second ball game. Augie Donatelli, who was the umpire in the first ball game, behind the plate, is not out. Throw to first base, not in time. No tag made by Craneford. Augie going off the field now, not on it. Dan Landis at home plate. Mel Steiner at first base. Now Bollick is at third. Next pitch back is in for a called strike. Ernie Broglio squaring around, but taking at strike 1. Ernie has no hits and 4 times up this year. Once again, the rain has subsided here at Shea. It's been just briefly on and off. One strike delivery bunted, and it is foul. Ball knocked away in foul territory by Johnny Stevenson. And the count goes to 2 strikes. Popular banner here today was the one that took second place in the multiple carrying division. The bells are ringing for me and my New York Mets. Let's go Mets. Throw to first base, not in time. Well, the group that carried the banner around won some transistor radios, and they asked to have them donated to an orphanage. It's an awfully nice approach. And the next pitch is high. It's a fastball for ball 1. On the pitch, Broglio was squaring around the bunt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Charlie Smith, the third baseman, was in looking for a possible 2-strike bunt at the time. Score tied at 2-2. The pitch. Curveball outside as Broglio was hitting away, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Once again, it's Cole on top. And now a curveball inside as Broglio squared around the bunt, and that fills it out at 3-2. So Gary Kroll, who had a 2-strike count, has now found himself in a situation at 3-2. Pitching to the pitcher, Ernie Broglio. 1 man away. We're in the top of the second, a 2-2 ball game. Kessinger does not go, and the pitch is taken inside, ball 4, and Kroll walks him. Once again, action in the bullpen, stirring up for the Mets. Darryl Sutherland getting up to throw. Kessinger forced on down to second on the third walk issued by Gary Kroll. That'll bring up the leadoff batter, Joe Malfitano. Popped to short his first time up. He's batting at .239, a right-hand batter. And a slider is up too high. It's ball 1. One ball, no strikes. And now the pitch is in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Patano taking all away, decoying a possible bunt. Mets are not looking for a bunt in this spot with one man out. And at 1-1, pitch is fouled back for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Score tied at 2-2. Cubs with runners at first and second. And the pitch. Slider swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Gary Cole picks up Joe Malpatano for his second out. That is his second strikeout, both coming in this inning. Now he'll work to the left-hand batter, Don Landrum. Walked and scored a run in the first inning. Walked, stole second base, moved over to third on a grounder by Billy Williams to second. Later on scored when Altman singled to right field. Altman's single drove in Ernie Banks, who was hit by a pitch ball. First pitch to Landrum, a curve hit off the hands foul, bouncing over on the first base side, strike 1. Rain at the moment appears to have diminished. The sun has broken through in some spots. The sky has lightened up considerably. And the fans now are coming back to their seats. Had 2 brief light showers. Roll of 1 strike, and the pitch to Landrum is hit foul to the left side. That moves the count up to strike 2. Count. Curveball swung on and missed, and Gary Kroll strikes out the side, giving up 1 hit and 1 walk, and leaving 2. And the score at the end of 1 1/2. The Cubs 2, the New York Mets 2. And now a word from Cool Filter King.
In the 6th, they yanked the pitcher, and your cigarette's through too. Tastes flatter than his curveball, and you don't know what to do. It's time you change to Cool.
Your cigarette's not tasting cool enough till you come up to Cool. With rich tobacco's Cool's white filter, extra coolness to discover, extra coolness in your smoke. Let Cool's come through for you.
Discover the extra coolness, the refreshing taste of Cool.
You'll be smoking Cools all the time once you come up to Cool.
Come all the way up to Cool and taste the most refreshing coolness you can get in any cigarette. Smoke Cool, Filter Kings.
Now the first pitch here to Gary Cole. That's in there for a called strike as Rodeo starts out with a change of pace. Mays had his 30th home run in that San Francisco-St. Louis game, 483 for him. Jesus Alou and McCovey also had home runs. The losing pitcher was Kurt Simmons. Next pitch back is low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike, and now a conference at the mound. Vic Rasnowski talking with the pitcher Ernie Broglio. Ernie has given up 2 runs and 2 hits. A 2-run home run by Charlie Smith at the half of the game in the bottom half of the first. In the American League, the Yankees defeated Detroit 6-5. Winning pitcher was Renniff in relief in the 8th inning. Now the next pitch back to the plate is low, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Kaline, Downing, Euler, Cash, Richardson, and Barker home runs in that ball game. The losing pitcher was Pena. Only game for the Yankees, a single game. Next pitch outside, ball 3. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. At the end of 8, Cleveland 6, Chicago 2. Bell now pitching for the Indians. Seaver was the starting pitcher. Bolo pitching for the White Sox. Peters was the starting pitcher. Cowan a home run in the fourth with no run. That's the first of two. 3 balls and 1 strike on Gary Cole. And the next pitch is hit high in the air in foul territory, drifting out of play. So the count moves up to 3 balls and 2 strikes. In the first of 2, Baltimore 2, Kansas City 2. After 5.5, Larson has replaced Bunker for Baltimore. Segui still pitching for Kansas City. Hirschberger home run in the fourth with 1 on to tie up the game. Minnesota shut out Boston 8-0. Winning pitcher Jim Perry, a 2-hitter. He went all the way. Losing pitcher was Moorhead, no home run. Now a 3-2 to Gary Cole, but a foul ball again, out of play. The end of 4, the Angels 4, Washington 1. Topless has replaced Nerem, the starting pitcher for the Senators. Newman pitching for Los Angeles. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Gary Cole. He's batting .239. 1 home run, 7 runs batted in. Curveball, it's too low, and he walked in. That puts Cole at first base with no one away, and it brings up the catcher, Johnny Stevenson. Johnny batting .225. He had a pinch hit double in the first ball game, won by the Cubs 7-6. Later on, stayed in the game and was out, so he was 1 for 2 in the first game. No home runs and 2 runs batted in. Both those runs won a ball game. Now one to left center. It's going to be for extra bases. Ball going through up against the wall on 2 hops. Scoring from first base is Gary Cole. And Johnny Stevenson holds up at second, and the Mets take the lead. With his 4th double and his 3rd run batted in. And the Mets lead it now by a score of 3-2. And it brings up the pitcher, Gary Cole. Rolio to the plate, and the pitch is bunted on and missed. It's strike 1. Stevenson back to second. Bob Humphreys now warming up in the bullpen for Chicago. He's a right-hand pitcher. Mets leading 3-2, 3 hits and 3 runs. Pitch back to Cole is high. A throw down to second base, but Stevenson goes back in standing up and hits the shortstop. Kessinger knocks him off the bat. 1 ball, 1 strike on Gary Cole. Cole has been at bat 25 times. He's had 3 hits. He's batting .120. Final score, Cleveland defeated Chicago 6-4. The winning pitcher was Sonny Siebert. He was relieved in the 7th. Losing pitcher Gary Peters. Cowan the only home run in the 4th with no one on. Both sides with 12 hits. 1-1 delivery, popped in the air, foul. No chance for the catcher to get to it. The count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Johnny Stevenson at second base. No one out. We're in the bottom half of the second. And the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. Rolio comes up with his first strikeout, his first out here in the second. And we now go to the top of the batting order. Chuck Hiller comes up. Hiller flied out to center field his first time up. His average at .255. First pitch. Curveball hit hard by the first baseman down the right field line. Stevenson will score from second base. And Chuck Hiller goes into second base with a sliding double, although no play on him at all. And the Mets take the lead 4-2. So Chuck Hiller getting his 8th double of the year on his second base, exchanging with Johnny Stevenson. Roy McMillan, the next batter scheduled up. Roy standing by as Rasnowski comes back behind home plate. That's 4 runs on 4 hits. The Cubs 2 runs and 2 hits. 1 away in the bottom half of the second. Roy McMillan at first base with 1 away, and the batter is Johnny Lewis. Johnny walked in 4 pitches his first time up. He's batting .265. And the first pitch is low. It's ball 1, and here comes Lou Fine, and that might be all for Ernie Broglio. Lou Fine has a right-hander, Bob Humphreys, warming up in the bullpen, and he walks out to the mound after the first pitch by Broglio. Now Fine is going out of the ball game, back to the bench. So Broglio, for the moment, is still in. Leading 5-2 in the final game of this series. And the batter is Johnny Lewis. Roy McMillan at first base, and the first pitch to Lewis after the conference is low for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Broglio sets again, and the pitch. It is high for ball 3. So Johnny Lewis has had 7 pitches thrown to him in this ball game, and none have been a strike. Now the 3-0 pitch. It's outside, ball 4. So Johnny Lewis has had 8 pitches so far in this ball game. He has reached first base twice, and this is going to be all for sure for Ernie Broglio. Roy McMillan on down to second base. The Mets have runners at first and second with 1 out. And Fine making his second trip out to the mound, and that is all. That means we'll have a right-hander, Bob Humphreys, coming in.
Going to the bottom half of the 7th inning, first game of a doubleheader at Kansas City. It is Baltimore 4 and Kansas City 4. Bunker, Larson in the 6th, Stuman in the 7th for Baltimore. Diego Segui for Kansas City. Don Mossy in the 7th. Homers by Hirschberger and Seaburn. And the league-leading Minnesota Twins shut out the Boston Red Sox 8-0 as Jim Perry got his 8th win against 2 losses. It was a 2-hit shutout. 4 hits started and took the loss. Bennett in the 6th, Radis in the 8th. Going to the bottom of the 6th. Los Angeles Angels lead the Washington Senators 4-1. Buxton Aram for Washington. Topless in the 1st, Ryan Duran in the 5th. Newman is going for Los Angeles. Back to action here with Ralph Tanner.
Well, the action's in the stands and on the field right now as the fans chant out, "Let's go Mets." The batter is Charlie Smith. It was Charlie's 2-run home run that tied up the ball game in the bottom half of the first, his second of the day. The pitch is hit to right center field. It's going to be in for extra bases. Roy McMillan scoring from second base. Johnny Lewis scoring from first base. And Charlie Smith goes into third with a triple. Smith has put the Mets in front by a 7-2 margin. He has driven in 5 runs in this ball game and 2 times up. Make it 4 runs and 2 times up. A home run and a triple. The Mets lead 7-2, and now the batter is Eddie Craneball. Both those runs going against the record of Ernie Broglio. And that's RBI of 4. The RBIs of 4. A Met record for runs batted in one game for this year. Hard swing by Craneball at a high fastball at strike 1. Eddie singled his first time up. Cubs are playing their infield back with Jolly at third base, 1 away. Craneball batting at .266. The next pitch is down to second. Smith will score. It's picked up by Malfitano. His play goes to first base. The Mets now lead 8-2 on the run batted in by Ed. His 42nd. And that brings up Jim Hickman. Jim, the 9th man to bat in this inning. Hard smash down to third. Bobbled by the third baseman Sano. He picks it up, fires to first base for the out. Ball was hit hard enough that Sano had time to find it after he went over to his left. So one hand the stop, and then when he bobbled it, it bounced around near him, and he picked it up to make the play. But in the inning, the Mets send 9 to the plate, score 6 runs on 4 base hits. There were no errors, no one left on. And the score at the end, 1 man left on. The score at the end of 2, the Mets 8, the Cubs 2. Now it's the top of the third, and the first man up is Billy Williams. He takes a strike, takes a ball for ball 1. The next pitch by Gary Cole back is high for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Gary's had his troubles in the ball game. He gave up 2 runs in the first on 1 base hit. He walked 2 batters and hit another. In the second, he gave up a walk in the single, but struck out 3 to get out of that inning. Now behind 2-0, and his pitch back is in for a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 delivery to Billy Williams is in for a call, strike 2. Williams grounded out to second base his first time up. Left-hand batter in a 2-2. It's one deep to right center field. Johnny Lewis back by the fence. He is there, is going, gone. So Gary Cole giving up a home run to Billy Williams. That makes the score 8-3. Williams hitting his 19th, and he has had quite a series against the Mets. That is his second home run in his 4-game series. He has also had 2 3-base hits, 2 2-base hits, and 2 singles. He has had 8 hits in 13 times up in the series. Has driven in 6 runs and scored 6. And that brings up Ernie Banks. Ernie was hit by a pitch ball his first time up. The fastball hit deep to right field. Moving back is Gary Cole. It's over his head against the wall. Ball bouncing off the wall, and Ernie Banks goes into second base standing up. So with the Mets leading by an 8-2 score, a home run and a double with no one out here in the top of the third, and action in the bullpen again for the Mets. Darryl Sutherland, the newest Met, wearing number 43, is getting set to throw. And also Larry Miller, a left-hander. Sutherland, the right-hand pitcher. Now the batter is Ron Santo. And a curveball smashed down foul. Fair to third. Up comes the ball. Over the first base, and Charlie Smith turns in a fine play. Charlie Smith fields that ball in foul territory, but the umpire, Augie Donatelli, ruled the ball went over the bag, so it was a fair ball. And Charlie, throwing deep from in foul territory, made the play. So a good play, pulls up and out. And the batter coming up is George Altman. He drove in 2 with a single his first time up, and he takes the first pitch. It's ball 1. Altman now with 22 runs batted in, batting at .250. Holding at second base on that play by Charlie Smith, Ernie Banks. And the next pitch is bounced to the middle. Roy McMillan over back of the bag to handle it. He throws the first base to the out. Ernie Banks moving over to third on the play by Roy McMillan. Roy getting that ball directly in back of the second base bag about 10 or 15 feet. So his good play turns in out number 2, and it brings up the catcher, Vic Rasnowski. Vic struck out his first time up on 3 pitches. He's batting at .216, a left-hand batter. The first pitch is a high curve. It's ball 1. One ball and no strikes. back again with a high curve. It's ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Mets leading 8-3. The Cubs with Ernie Banks at third base with 2 men out in the top of the third. And the next pitch is high and outside. This time a fastball. It's ball 3. On deck batters, the shortstop, Don Kessinger. And the right-hander into the big swing and back again. And outside, it's ball 4. And Gary walks his fourth man. That puts runners at first and third. And here comes Wes Westrom out to talk with Gary Kroll. And he's making the move. He's taking him out. Gary Kroll sagging around. He just hasn't been able to get the ball where he wants it. And he is being taken out of the ball game. And it's going to be Darryl Sutherland making his first appearance for the Mets. Darryl just brought up from Buffalo, where he had a record of 8 wins and 8 losses. Pitched 124 innings, gave up 124 hits. He struck out 69, walked 42 in 30 ball games. So Gary Kroll going out of the ball game with a 5-run lead. He has worked officially 2 2/3 innings, giving up 3 runs. 4 hits, striking out 2 and walking 4. He also hit a batter. He gets a hand as he walks off the mound. Gary has no chance to win the ball game. A starting pitcher has to go 5 innings before he can receive credit for a win. And the ball game will be in the hands of the official score from now on if the Mets win it. And the Mets in front 8-3. The Cubs with runners at first and third with 2 minutes. Now with 22 runs batted in, batting at .250. Holding at second base on that play by Charlie Smith, Ernie Banks. And the next pitch is bounced to the middle. Roy McMillan over back of the bag to handle it. He throws the first base to the out. Ernie Banks moving over to third on the play by Roy McMillan. Roy getting that ball directly in back of the second base bag about 10 or 15 feet. So his good play turns in out number 2, and it brings up the catcher, Vic Rasnowski. Struck out his first time up on 3 pitches. He's batting at .216, a left-hand batter. And the first pitch is a high curve. It's ball 1. One ball and no strikes. Kroll back again with a high curve. It's ball 2. And no strikes. Mets leading 8-3. The Cubs with Ernie Banks at third base with 2 men out in the top of the third. And the next pitch is high and outside. This time a fastball. It's ball 3. On deck batters, the shortstop, Don Kessinger. And the right-hander into the big swing and back again. And outside, it's ball 4. And Gary walks his fourth man. That puts runners at first and third. And here comes Wes Westrom out to talk with Gary Kroll. And he's making the move. He's taking him out. Gary Kroll sagging around. He just hasn't been able to get the ball where he wants it. And he is being taken out of the ball game. It's going to be Darryl Sutherland making his first appearance for the Mets. Darryl just brought up from Buffalo, where he had a record of 8 wins and 8 losses. Pitched 124 innings, gave up 124 hits. He struck out 69, walked 42 in 30 ball games. So Gary Kroll going out of the ball game with a 5-run lead. He has worked officially 2 2/3 innings, giving up 3 runs. 4 hits, striking out 2 and walking 4. He also hit a batter, and he gets a hand as he walks off the mound. Gary has no chance to win the ball game. A starting pitcher has to go 5 innings before he can receive credit for a win. And the ball game will be in the hands of the official score from now on if the Mets win it. And the Mets in front 8-3. The Cubs with runners at first and third with 2 men out. And Darryl Sutherland pitching on the mound. The batter is Don Kessinger, the shortstop. And Darryl's first pitch, a fastball inside. It's ball 1. Darryl is 24 years of age. Last year, with the Mets, he won none and lost 3 in 10 ball games. At Buffalo, he won 10 and lost 1. He was 7-0 when the Mets brought him up last year. He was sent back down and picked up 3 wins and 1 loss. The first pitch after the second one now hit out to center field for a base hit. And scoring from third base is Ernie Banks. That run will go against Gary Kroll. And moving down to second on the single by Kessinger, Vic Rasnowski. So it's an 8-4 ball game for the Mets, and the batter coming up is Bob Humphries.
A John Mobile, WGY.
With his second base hit in the ball game. And the first pitch is a called strike. Humphries, a right-hand batter. Humphries has no at-bats this year officially. He has sacrificed one time, which will not go as an official at-bat. Pitch back, a curveball, bounced down the short. Roy McMillan moving in, goes to the bag after making the catch to retire the side. In the inning, the Cubs scored 2 runs on 3 hits. There was a walk, 2 men left on, and a score. At the end of 2.5 innings, the Mets 8, the Cubs 4. Now you're going to hear a terribly sad song about a man who's unlucky in love, but lucky in beer.
From the little cafes of Romania comes the song about Ionelule, who drinks to forget the fire that burns his heart because marijuana doesn't love him. Even if you're not on fire like poor Ionelule, you can work up a passionate Romanian thirst with spicy salamale, and then will very likely call for a Rheingold. It's a fact that in New York City, where there are more Romanians than in Bailesh, more people drink Rheingold Extra Dry than any other beer. How come? Maybe you can find out at your local pivnica. But we must be doing something right.
Bottom half of the third. The Mets coming up against Bob Humphries, who came in the ball game in relief of the starting pitcher Ernie Broglio. First man up for the Mets will be Gary Cole, the right fielder. He'll be followed by Johnny Stevenson, and then the pitcher, Darryl Sutherland. Gary started off the second inning when the Mets scored 6 runs by working a 3-2 walk-off Ernie Broglio. So he is batting officially for the first time, batting at .239. Left-hand batter with 1 home run and 7 runs batted in. And the first pitch is hit down by Ernie Banks. A fair ball. It'll go for extra bases. Cole rounding first base, going to second. He'll make that standing up as the throw comes in to Joe Malfitano. So Gary Cole coming up with a double. The Mets continuing their onslaught on the Cubs as they lead 8-4. That is their 7th base hit. And it brings up the catcher, Johnny Stevenson. Johnny doubled to left field, driving a run his first time up in this ball game. It was his 4th double this year, his 8th RBI. Batting at .244. Runner delayed steal to third base. He made it. A delayed steal pulled off by Gary Cole with Johnny Stevenson batting. Now the infield has to move in for the cut. Wind up by Humphries, then the pitch. Fastball to left field, a base hit. Going from third base, Gary Cole. And the Mets now lead by a 9-4 score. the Mets with no one out in the bottom half of the third. It brings up Darryl Sutherland. Darryl batting for the first time. No one away, and the Cubs looking for a bunt. And the bunt is popped straight in the air. Coming down is the catcher, Vic Rasnowski, to make the catch. Also there, Ernie Banks, and he sort of ran to get it. Ernie cleaned away, not to hit him bodily, but their hands did come together. One man out on the pop-up on the bunt. Staying at first base, Johnny Stevenson, and it brings up Chuck Hiller. Chuck is 1 for 2. Left-hand batter and Bob Humphreys to the plate. And the pitch is low. It's ball 1. 1 ball and no strike. Coons is now warming up the bullpen for Chicago. 1 ball, no strikes. The Mets leading by a score of 9-4. Runner goes. The pitch is hit down the line, but curving over into foul territory. Humphreys back on top. His next delivery with the runner going is fouled to the left side out of play. Put the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cincinnati edged out the Dodgers 18-0. Jim Maloney going all the way, giving up 4 hits. Only 1 run short of the largest span in the shutout in National League history. Pirates and Cubs have the record at 19-0. Major League record is a 21-0 game won by the Yankees. Now the next pitch is high, and it's ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bob Humphreys looking for the sign. The runner goes again. A swing and a miss. A throw down to second base in time. And Johnny Stevenson is out. It's a strikeout double play to retire the side. In the inning, the Mets get 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors. No one left on base. And the score at the end of 3, the Mets 9, the Cubs 4. Now here's a very sad French-Canadian song about a fellow who lost the key of his clarinet. Listen.
J'ai perdu le dos de ma clarinette. J'ai perdu le dos de ma clarinette. Ah, si papa, il avait ça, voilà.
J'ai perdu le dos de ma clarinette is a song with the kind of humor French Canadians love. But one song leads to another, and the thirst that follows is no laughing matter.
Oh, petit coup, c'est agréable. Oh, petit coup, c'est doux.
Prendre un petit coup is what they'll sing as they reach for a beer, probably Rheingold Extra Dry. In fact, in New York City, where there are more different kinds of people than in any other city in the world, more people drink Rheingold than any other beer. Why do French Canadians like Rheingold? We don't know, but we must be doing something right.
Top of the 4th inning with the score 9-4 in favor of the Mets. Right now for the play-by-play, Lindsey Nelson.
All right, Ralph, it's Darryl Sutherland on the mound for the New York Mets, and top of the batting order up for the Cubs, Joey Amalfitano, who's been up twice. Popped out and struck out so far. He's a right-hand batter who came to the major leagues originally with the New York Giants. Through the first 3 innings, the Mets 9 runs on 8 hits and no errors. The Cubs 4 runs on 5 hits and no errors. The Cubs won the first game of today's doubleheader by a score of 7-6. Darryl Sutherland, the newest of the New York Mets, just arrived from Buffalo, deals a pitch that's swung on and lined into center field for a base hit. Taken by Johnny Lewis, who plays it back. Amalfitano turns and holds with a single to center. Now Don Landrum's coming up, a left-hand batter. He has walked and struck out swinging so far. This is Sutherland's first appearance since coming to the Mets from Buffalo. He was up with the Mets last year, but this is his first appearance of the 1965 season. He was acquired originally by the Mets from the Philadelphia Phillies organization. Here's the pitch, a breaking ball, swung on and foul back out of play for strike one. With Landrum at the plate, Billy Williams is in the on-deck circle. Head coach Lou Klein is sitting on the ledge of the corner of the Cub dugout. Here's a pitch that's outside as Landrum bluffs the bunt down towards third. Charlie Smith is on the edge of the grass there. The lights are on here at Shea Stadium. They were turned on actually during the parade of banners. Sutherland now sets, checks, and deals, and the pitch is low for a ball. 2-1 with the Cubs batting here in the top half of the fourth inning. And the judging of the banners today. The winner of first place in the category of banners carried by one person was an 8-year-old boy, Craig Bunker of Ozone Park, New York. Here's a swing and a ground ball to short. Taken by McMillan over the Hiller for one. And the throw on. It's not in time. It's over the head of Cranepool. Stevenson can't get it coming back, and now he does. And holding it first is Don Landrum. So it's simply a forced play. As Landrum becomes the runner at first, the play on him, Alfantano went 6-4 if you're scoring, and Billy Williams is coming up. Landrum has good speed. He can fly down that base path, and he was there. And as the throw went over the head of first baseman Cranepool, it hit the wire fence up the right field line from the Mets dugout. And Stevenson actually had run too far up and had to come back to get it. The throw, since you cannot presume the double play. Here's the pitch, and it's low inside for ball 1-0. The banner judging second place, and the banners carried by one person in the category was won by Morris J. Levine of Howard Beach. His banner said simply resist. The one by Craig Bunker, who won in that department, said turn the league upside down. Here's a pitch in for a called strike. Then in the category of banners held by two persons, the winner was a huge banner with a caricature of Casey Stengel on it. Michael Feinberg of Far Rockaway and Roy Camper of Far Rockaway carried it. Landrum takes his lead, and here's the pitch to Williams. It's low for a ball. Sutherland goes behind 2-1. Winner of second place in the banner contest in the category of banners held by two persons was one that said bed sheet manufacturers of America love the Mets. That had reference to the banners, most of which are on bed sheets. Philip Hertz of Bayonne, New Jersey, Andrew Hertz of Bayonne carried that one. Here's the pitch outside, 3-1. Now the wind blows a little dust across the infield. The Mets are leading here by a score of 9-4. We're in the top half of the fourth inning of the second game. Landrum leads at first. 3-1 pitch to Williams. And it's in there for a called strike. 3-2. Well, let's see if they run Landrum. Ernie Banks on deck. One man out. Landrum stole a base in the first inning. Got a good job and stole it by plenty. It's a good lead. Here's the pitch swung out and missed, and he's holding it first. So it is a strikeout for Darrell Sutherland as he gets Billy Williams swinging. Landrum holds it first, 2 away, and Ernie Banks is coming up. Banks has been hit by a pitch ball and doubled. He has scored 2 runs. In the banner contest, and the category of banners held by 3 or more persons, the winner was one that said, "Pray for Rain," R-E-I-G-N. And a group from Lindenhurst, New Jersey carried that one. There's a swing and a miss. And second in that category was one that said, "The bells are ringing for me and my Mets." It was rather contrived. He had a lot of bells, and it must have been 30 or 40 feet long. and it was a group from Left Rack City. There's a swing and a drive to left, way back. Hickman goes back, and at the warning track, he hauls it down. The line drive is taken by Hickman. So Sutherland gets to try it out with no runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left to score at the end of 3.5 innings. Is the Mets 9 and the Cubs 4. And now a word from Cool Filter King.
Your cigarette's not tasting cool enough until you change to cool. Just not tasting cool enough till you come up to cool.
And right now is a good time to come up, all the way up to Cool Filter Kings. Cool is the only cigarette that gives you rich, mellow tobaccos, Cool's white filter, and extra coolness. Discover extra coolness in your smoke. Let Cools come through for you with the most refreshing coolness you can get in any cigarette.
With rich tobaccos, Cool's white filter, extra coolness too. Discover extra coolness in your smoke. Let Cool come through for you. You'll be smoking cool all the time once you come up to cool.
Come all the way up to Cool. Discover extra coolness. Smoke Cool Filter King.
In the bottom of the 4th, it'll be Roy McMillan up to lead off for the Mets. Bob Humphries is still on the mound. Harvey Keene is playing first base for the Cubs now with Ernie Banks out of the lineup. The veteran Ernie Banks is being given a rest here in the second game of the doubleheader, and the veteran Harvey Keene, who has not played previously today, has replaced him. Here's the pitch swung on and fouled off for strike 1. The grand prize in the Banner Day contest went to a banner that said, "To err is human, to forgive is a Mets fan." Sandy Kramer and Jeffrey Catton of Queens Village were the carriers, and I presume the creators of that particular banner. Here's a pitch swung on, and it in the air to center. Don Landrum ranges back, has the range, and makes the catch. A basket catch, no less. One away, and that'll be Johnny Lewis, who's going to slice and walk both times in this game. Pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Here's Humphries with the strike 1 pitch. It's a breaking ball. It's in there. 2 strikes now to Johnny Lewis. The Mets will be in Los Angeles on Tuesday night at Dodger Stadium to take on the league-leading Dodgers. Strike pitch here is high. The Dodgers will be pitching a fellow named Sandy Koufax, who will be trying for his 20th win of the season. And the Mets will counter with Al Jackson, who last time on the coast shut out the Dodgers 1-0. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and it's a strikeout for Humphries, his second of this ball game. With 2 away, Charlie Smith coming up. Charlie has driven in 4 runs in this game with a homer and a triple. He had a homer in the first game. Charlie Smith has 48 runs batted in. He leads the Mets in that department by a considerable margin. First pitch is strike 1. With a 1-strike delivery. And Charlie Smith is hit by a pitch ball. Took it up on the shoulder as he turned inside. So Charlie goes to first. With 2 men out, it will be Ed Craneville coming up. Craneville single. by a score of 9-4. Pitch is in for a strike now to Cranefield. Off the stretch, checks the runner, and deals the pitch to the plate. It is in there for a called strike. 2 strikes on a Cranefield. This game is the last scheduled appearance of the Chicago Cubs at Shea Stadium this season. Here's a pitch. Breaking ball and placed in the center field for a base hit. Charges the ball. Charlie Smith holds it second. Lander returns the ball to allow Patano, and Cranefield is on at first for the single to center. With 2 men out, the Mets have runners at first and second. Jim Hickman is the batter. Has hit into a forced play and grounded out so far in this game. With a pitch. And it's in there for a called strike to Jim Hickman. Jerry Kolb is waiting in the on-deck circle. Here's a pitch. And it's outside. 1-1. The road trip opening up for the Mets in Los Angeles on Tuesday night will be their last lengthy road trip of the season. It will take them to Los Angeles, to Houston, Texas, and to San Francisco. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Low and away, 2-1 to Hickman. In the National League, the Pirates and the Phillies have split their doubleheader. Phillies won the second game 5-2. Herbert getting the win, Sis the loss after the Pirates took the first game 7-1. Now Humphreys checks. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and it's low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Now to Jim Hickman. We're in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Lead at first and second, and a 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball hits deep to left, and right there is Altman, and he makes the catch. The edge of the warning track to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left, and the score at the end of 4 full innings is the Mets 9 and the Cubs 4. When the Mets come back to Shea Stadium from this upcoming road trip, the first game will be against the St. Louis Cardinals here at Shea Stadium on Friday night, August 20th. And that night will be observed here as Sons of Italy night. And who would you honor on Sons of Italy night? Yogi Berra. Yogi will be the recipient of honors and a ceremony before that game on Friday night, August 20th, between the Mets and the world champion, St. Louis Cardinals. So we hope that you'll be on hand. And right now, we're going to step out for station identification. This is the New York Mets Baseball Network.
This is WGY and WGFM Schenectady.
This is Lindsey Nelson with Bob Murphy and Ralph Kiner at Shea Stadium in New York. As we go to the top of the 5th, Ron Santo, the field captain, is up for the Cubs. He has walked and grounded out so far. He's a right-hand batter facing right-hand pitcher Darryl Sutherland. And the pitch is low for ball. 1-0 now to Ron Santo. Sutherland has the sign. Pitch is a breaking ball. Check swing number out in front of the plate. Johnny Stevenson on it. Throws to Cranepool in time. Santos out. It was a check swing ground ball right out in front of the plate. Catcher Johnny Stevenson pounced on it and threw on in time. There's one away. George Altman's the batter. Single driving 2 runs in the first inning. He grounded out short to first in the third. Altman is a left-hand batter. And the pitch is low for a ball. Nobody on base. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled off. It's 1-1. George Altman was with the Mets last year, and he was traded to the Cubs, with whom he began his major league career. It was a deal of Altman in exchange for Billy Cowan. Cowan has been sent by the Mets to Buffalo. Matter of fact, he wasn't optioned. He was outrighted. Sutherland's 1-1 pitch. Swung on, and it in the air to left field, and Jim Hickman is right there. 2 away. Rheingold Extra Dry is New York City's largest selling beer. And it's doing all right in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island, too. Vic Rosnowski, the left-hand batting catcher, is up. Struck out swinging and walked. Sutherland's pitch is a breaking ball outside. 1-0. The Mets are leading here by a score of 9-4. The Cubs won the first game 7-6. Outside for a ball, 2-0. And let's shade the defense slightly toward right, playing Rosnowski to pull. Sutherland's pitch swung on and hit on the ground back to the mound. Taken by Sullivan coming off toward first. He tosses on to Cranepool and the side is out. Strong inning for Darryl Sutherland. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. It is now an official ball game. At the end of 4.5 innings, the score is the Mets 9, the Cubs 4. It's hard to imagine New York City without every kind of jazz, from Dixieland to progressive. Fortunately, you don't have to.
That's Backstreet Rag, a uniquely American sound. It came up the Mississippi out of New Orleans with the Negro jazzmen who played it to the world. But they didn't stop with Dixieland and the blues. Little David's Fugue by John Lewis is a new sound that's part of a new generation. But whether it's the old jazz or the new, it's thirsty work for the musicians. And when they put down their instruments, they'll pick up a cold beer, often Rheingold Extra Dry. In fact, in New York City, where there are more kinds of jazz than in any other city in the world, more people drink Rheingold than any other beer. Why do so many people like Rheingold? We don't know, but we must be doing something right.
We're going to the bottom half of the 5th inning now, and Gary Kolb is coming up to lead off for the Mets. Kolb has walked and doubled in this game. Pulled off a delayed steal of third, and he has scored twice. Left-hand batter facing Bob Humphries, working in relief of starter Ernie Broglio. Broglio is the pitcher of record for the Cubs. Humphries with the pitch, and it's in for a called strike. Strike 1 2-1 delivery is outside for a ball. There was considerable concern in the early innings of the ball game with whether or not they would ever be able to play it, because twice there were little stretches of rain, and it looked as though there might be long stretches of rain. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Inside for a ball. But it is now an official ball game with the home club leading 9-4, batting at the bottom of the fifth. Complications were provided by the fact that this is the last scheduled time in for the Cubs to Shea Stadium. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And it's in for a call, strike 2-2. Johnny Stevenson is waiting in the on-deck circle. And now the 2-2 delivery. Double pump by Humphries. Swing and a miss. And he gets his third strikeout as he gets called swinging. Now John Stevenson comes up. He has doubled to drive in a run and single to drive in a run. The Chicago Cubs are playing an infield of Harvey Keene, Joey Malfitano, Don Castillo, and Ron Sanzo. An outfield of George Allman in the left, Don Lander in center, and Billy Williams in right, and Vic Rosnowski is the catcher. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Darrell Sutherland comes out to the on-deck circle. Here's the strike one pitch. Off the handle, foul over toward the Cub dugout, into the Cub dugout. And it's caught there, flung back out onto the field. Doug Clemens came off the bench to grab it. Strangely enough, it's not easy to hold on to a ball that way barehanded because it has a whirl of spin on it. Two-strike pitch. Foul back and out of play. For the same reason, balls foul back into the stands are extremely tough to catch. And that is why the customers many times are surprised when they think they have caught a foul ball and discover that they have not. It always has a tremendous amount of spin, otherwise it would not be coming back in that direction. Again with the double pump. And a two-strike pitch. Swung line it in the air to right. Billy Williams hangs back late, starts in, and gets there to make the catch. Misjudged it for a moment and made the late sprint. He's got good speed that can cover up for any errors in judgment. 2 men out, and Darrell Sutherland into the batter. The Mets are leading by a score of 9-4 in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Humphries looks for his sign. Pitch to the right-hand batter. Hit on the ground to short. A big hop up to Kessinger, and he lobs across to Harvey Keene in time. Harvey Keene gave it the big first baseman stretch. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left, and the score at the end of 5 full innings is the Mets 9 and the Cubs 4. Today's doubleheader between the Mets and the Cubs concludes the current home stand of the Mets. They go on the road now, and then come back for a Friday night game August 20th against the world champion Cardinals, who will be making their last appearances of the season here. Saturday afternoon, August 21st, will be a ladies' day attraction. Then there'll be a Sunday doubleheader on August 22nd between the Mets and the Cardinals. Following the Cards, the Los Angeles Dodgers come in for their last time. Then the San Francisco Giants, and then the Houston Astros. In all, in the next home stand, the New York Mets will play 16 games. And now to the top half of the sixth inning. And shortstop Don Kessinger is coming up for the Chicago Cubs to face right-handed Darrell Sutherland. Sutherland's pitch. Here's a swing and a ground ball to second. Chuck Hiller comes up with it and plays on over to Craneville. There's one away. And now Ellis Burton has got a bat for Bob Humphries. Ellis Burton, who at one time last year was on the retirement list but was talked into returning, is coming up now. He's a switch hitter batting left. Sutherland's pitch to the left-hand batter is foul off to the left side, out of play. Bob Humphries is out of the game. He pitched 3 2/3 innings, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits, struck out 3 and walked none. Ernie Broglio, who started, is the pitcher of record. Pitch to Burton is swung on and popped up back at third. Charlie Smith is digging back, digging, and makes the catch. He lost his cap and so he gathered it up into his arms right down the line, and it was in fair territory. Fine play by Charlie Smith, breaking right down the line so that he had to take it right over his head. 2 men out, and Joey Malfitano is coming up. He's 1 for 3. Top of the 6th, and the Mets are leading 9-4. And breaking ball's in for a called strike to Malfitano, who asks that umpire Stan Landis examine the ball. He does and takes it out of play. Takes a long look for his sign. The strike 1 delivery. Breaking ball. It's in there for a call. Strike 2. 2 men out, nobody on base. The top half of the 6th inning. And the 2-strike pitch. Swung on and looped into right center for a base hit. Gary Kolb comes up with it, plays it back in, and holding it first is Malfitano. Now Don Landrum's the batter. Walked, struck out, and hit into a force play. He bats left. Sutherland has his sign. Cranesville plays behind the runner at first. Here's the pitch swung on and foul back for strike 1. Sutherland set. Strike 1 pitch. Swung on it on the ground, and it is off the glove of Hiller out into short center, and going on to third is Joey Malfitano. It's a base hit, as Hiller had no chance to play it. He was fortunate even to get the glove on it with a backhand stab. Couldn't stop it, and it went on out into short center. Runners at first and third now with 2 men out. Base hit for Landrum. That brings up Billy Williams, who had a home run in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 3. Milwaukee Braves have taken both ends of a doubleheader from the Houston Astros, 8-5 and 8-3. Billy O'Dell, the winner in the 2nd game. Larry Dirk of the loser. Wade Blassingame won the 1st one, and Don Nottebart was the loser. So the Milwaukee Braves have moved up. They're only 2 games out of first place. The Giants are 1 game out of first place. Larry Miller is up and throwing in the Met bullpen. Sutherland sets and deals, and the pitch is off the leg of Billy Williams. He's hit for the pitch ball, and the bases are loaded with Ron Santo, or rather Harvey Keene, coming up. Harvey Keene came on in relief of Ernie Banks, coming up for his first time in the game. Hitting .205. He has had 8 runs batted in. The Mets lead 9-4, but the Cubbies have loaded them up here at the top of the 6th. Pitch is high for a ball. Sutherland gets his sign. And the 1-0 breaking ball outside. 2-0 to King. Joey Amalfitano is his third. Don Lander is his second. Billy Williams is his first. 2-0 pitch is inside. So now Sutherland's gone behind the King. 3 balls and no strikes with Ron Santo on deck. And no place to put Keene with the bases loaded. Pitch. High, he walked him on 4 pitch balls to force in a run. It is the Mets 9, the Cubs 5. Ron Santo comes up now representing potential tying run at the plate. Harvey Keene gets a run batted in for drawing the walk with the bases loaded. Santo has walked, grounded out, and grounded out. Larry Miller continues to throw in the Mets bullpen. 2 men out. Tom Parsons is up and throwing also in the Mets bullpen now. Pitch to Santo is low for a ball. Runners lead at first, second, and third. Sutherland's 1-0 pitch. High and tight. It's ball 2. He rocks Santo back out of the batter's box. Wes Westrom is on the steps of the dugout. It's indicating to the catcher, Johnny Stevenson, he'd like him to go out there, kill a little time with Sutherland. Wes, meanwhile, is looking down to that bullpen. He wants to know if that right hander is ready. He wants to know if Parsons is ready. Scott Santo is 2-0. Parsons just got up to throw a moment ago. So now Stevenson comes back behind the plate, and we're ready to continue with the bases loaded. Westrom sits down in the Mets dugout. 2-0 pitch, and it's in there for a called strike. 2-1. Again, Sutherland looks in with runners leading first, second, and third. The 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball, and it misses low. 3-1 now to Santo.
Just got up to throw a moment ago. So now Stevenson comes back behind the plate, and we're ready to continue with the bases loaded. Westrom sits down in the Mets dugout. 2-0 pitch, and it's in there for a called strike. 2-1. Sutherland looks in with runners leading first, second, and third. The 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball, and it misses low. 3-1 now to Santo. On deck is George Altman. That's 9 and the Cubs 5. 3-1 delivery. Low, and he walked him, and that forces in another run. 9-6 with the bases still loaded. Wes Westrom, the Met manager, comes out of the dugout. Santo gets the run batted in. It'll be George Altman coming up. He's a left-hand batter. The potential tying runs are on base now for the Cubs here in the top half of the 6th inning. And Larry Miller is walking in from the bullpen now. Left-hander Larry Miller is coming in to relieve Darryl Sutherland. Sutherland was working in relief of starter Gary Kroll, who worked 2 2/3. So as the pitching change is being made to bring us up to date on scores of other games all around the majors, here's Bob Murphy.
All right, Lindsay, everything in the National League is over, and the National League race has tightened up considerably. Pittsburgh beat Philadelphia 7-1, and Philadelphia beat Pittsburgh 5-2 to gain a split. The Milwaukee Braves are now just 2 games out of first place. They swept Houston, winning 8-5 and 8-3. Blasingame was the winner in the first game, and Odell in the nightcap.
In an amazing score, Cincinnati beat the Dodgers 18-0. Maloney winning his 13th. And the Giants, with Warren Spahn the winner, Lou, McCovey, and Mays all hitting home runs. The Giants beat St. Louis 6-4. So now the Dodgers lead the Giants by just 1 game. They lead Cincinnati and Milwaukee by just 2 ball games. Only 2 games separating the first 4 teams in the National League. And while the National League race continues to tighten up, and National League baseball fans once again set themselves for one of those great finishes, and here again is Lindsay.
All right, Bob, it is Jim Stewart batting for George Hoffman. He's a switch hitter batting right. The bases are loaded. 2 men out. Larry Miller deals the pitch. Swung out and missed for strike 1. Head coach Lou Klein of the Cubs decided to go to a bit of strategy here, sending up Stewart to bat for Altman against the left-hand pitcher Larry Miller. Stewart, being a switch hitter, turned around right. The bases are loaded. The Mets lead 9-6. Top half of the 6th inning. Larry Miller works straight away, and the pitch is in there for a call. Strike 2 to Jim Stewart. Billy Williams is at third. Harvey Keene is at second, and Ron Santo is at first for the Chicago Cubs. Miller has gone ahead of Stewart now with a 2-strike count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out at the side as retired. So Larry Miller comes in to do the job. The Cubs picked up 2 runs. There were 2 hits, 2 walks, no errors, and 3 left, and the score at the end of 5 1/2 innings is the Mets 9 and the Cubs 6. Is this one of those days when you're not yourself? You'll feel more so when you listen to this.
Not myself at all, not a dear, I'm not myself at all.
This song gets sung over and over at Irish parties and picnics until the singers raise a ferocious thirst. Then they change their tune.
Come fill up your glasses and drink what you will. I'm a land you don't meet every day.
This is a traditional Irish drinking song, and often the beer they drink is Rheingold Extra Dry. In fact, in New York City, where there are more Irish than in the whole of Dublin, more people drink Rheingold than any other beer. Why do Irish Americans like Rheingold? We don't know, but we must be doing something right.
I'm a man you don't meet every day, every day. I'm a man you don't meet every day.
The Chicago Cubs now. Billy Helft has come in to do the pitching, and Ellis Burton is staying in the ballgame in left field. So Burton bats 9th, and Helft bats 6th if you're keeping a scorecard.
Number 24. Ellis Burton. Number 24.
Billy Helft for the Cubs, making his 14th game appearance. He has won 1 and lost 1. Has an earned average of 1.44. He was the winning pitcher in yesterday's game. Chuck Hiller is up to lead off here in the bottom half of the 6th inning as Helft fields a pitch that is in there for a called strike. For no particular reason, Larry Miller was on deck swinging bats before Hiller came up. Here's a swing and a foul ball knocked down by Yogi Berra on the good behind his first. Apparently Larry Miller was a little bit crossed up about the batting order. Not realizing that Sutherland had made the last out of the last inning for the Mets. So this is top of the batting order. 2-strike pitch, and it's swung on and line is short, where it is gloved off the shoe tops by Kessinger for the out. Reached way over and picked it right off his shoe tops for the out. A soft liner. 1 away, and Roy McMillan's the batter. The Mets 9, the Cubs 6. Here's the pitch, and it's high for a ball. pitch outside. 2-0 now to McMillan. Johnny Lewis waiting on deck. This is the second game of the doubleheader as the Cubs won the first game 7-6. Here's a swing and a miss. 2-1 now to McMillan. And we are holding on a little longer than usual here because of the added fact that Banner Day was observed between games of the doubleheader, and we had a long parade of some 1,700 banners. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it's high for a ball. 3-1. Like so many things that have happened in connection with the New York Mets in the 4 years of their existence, the estimates were earlier today at the ballpark that there would not be as many entries in Banner Day as there were last year. And there were hundreds more. Here's the pitch, outside, and McMillan draws a walk from Heft. We pause for station identification. This is the New York Mets Baseball Network.
This is WGY and WGFM Schenectady, where you can hear all the games of the New York Mets. For baseball, for the best in music, for comprehensive, reliable news reporting, stay tuned to WGY.
This is Lindsey Nelson with Bob Murphy and Ralph Kiner at Shea Stadium in New York, and Johnny Lewis is up more on the Mets now. McMillan leads the left-hand pitcher to use a pitch. It's low. 1-0 to Lewis, who has walked, and struck out. He scored twice in this game. Cubs got 2 in the top of the first. The Mets matched him in the bottom of the first. Swinging a ground ball to first, taken by Keane. Tags the bag to take off the fourth. Throws to second, and not in time as the ball goes on out into left field. McMillan gets up and sprints to third and goes in standing. Keane took the ground ball and elected to go to the bag and get one and then throw to second, and the tag would have had to been made on McMillan. His throw was low to Kessinger. The extra base is taken on an error on the throw charged against Keane. 2 away as Lewis went out to first base unassisted. Charlie Smith is up. Smith has driven in 4 runs in this game. He's been on base 3 times. He's had a home run, a triple, and was hit by a pitch ball. He has scored twice himself. The pitch is low in the dirt. It's dug out by Vic Rosnowski. Bottom of the 6th with the Mets leading 9-6. Billy Help, the third Chicago pitcher. Slow curveball is fouled off, rolling toward the Cub dugout. 1-1 is the count. Burton is moving over, and Burton's there and makes the catch, and the side is out. No runs, no hits, no errors, one error, 1 walk, 1 left. Score at the end of 6 full innings is the Mets 6 and the Mets 9 and the Cubs 6. Bob Murphy will be along in just a moment to detail the play-by-play, and now a word from Cool Filter King.
You're sure the ump needs glasses? You could see it was a ball. And your cigarette needs something. There's no taste to it at all. It's time you change to Cool.
Your cigarette's not tasting cool enough till you come up to Cool's. With rich tobaccos, Cool's white filter, extra coolness to discover. Extra coolness in your smoke. Let Cool's come through for you.
Discover the extra coolness, the refreshing taste of Cool.
You'll be smoking Cools all the time once you come up to Cool.
Come all the way up to Cool and taste the most refreshing coolness you can get in any cigarette. Smoke Cool, Filter Kings.
Top of the 7th inning at Shea Stadium, Chris Cannizzaro takes over behind the plate, replacing Johnny Stevenson. Well, this is a wild one. 9-6 New York. We go to the 7th inning, and Rosnowski is scheduled to lead off. But Chris Krug, a right-hand batter, is going to hit for him
with the Mets pitching a left-hander, Larry Miller. Tall right-hand hitting catcher, batting for Vic Rosnowski in the top of the 7th inning. New York 9 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Chicago 6 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Larry Miller is on in relief, takes the assign now from Canizero. A swing and a foul tip held on to by Chris, strike 1. Skies mostly clear now after a little bit of rain and a threat of a heavy thunder shower which never developed. Had the second game been rained out, it would have been made up tomorrow because this is the Cubs' last visit. A swing and a miss, strike 2. Chris Krug batting at .224. Big backstop has hit 3 home runs, knocked in 19. Miller's 2-strike pitch, a foul ball wafted back upstairs and out of play. The American League game on the West Coast is now over. Washington beat the Angels 6-4. Ryan Duran, the winner in relief for the Senators and the loser in relief, Ed Sukla. Washington had a 5-run 8th inning to win that ball game. Miller looks in. He has a 2-strike count on Krug. Here's the pitch. Up high on a fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It took an hour and 40 minutes to play the first 3 innings of this ball game. There was a lot of scoring in the first 3. It was 9-4 at the end of 3. It's now 9-6. We're in the 7th. Miller's 1-2 delivery is a little bit high on the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. And a tie, ball 3. Larry was in front on Krug with a 2-strike count. Now we have a full count of 3-2. Following this game, the only remaining action between the Mets and the Cubs is in Chicago. Three-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4, and after getting him 2 strikes, he lost him. Don Kessinger, the shortstop, has 2 hits and 3 times at bat. Now little Al Jackson is tuning up in the bullpen. Inside, ball 1. Al pitches Tuesday night against the Dodgers. He would be doing some tune-up work anyhow today. So Wes Westrom has him warming up now, and if necessary, he'll use him in the ballgame. Chris Canizero going out to the mound. Roy McMillan coming over from shortstop as they talk to Larry Miller. Gary Kroll walked 4 men. Darryl Sutherland walked 2. Larry Miller has walked Krug, leading off here in the top of the 7th, and has gone behind on Don Kessinger. Now the pitch. And it's popped up. It is playable. Canizero getting rid of the mask. Chris is under it. In foul ground, he takes it. That'll bring up Ellis Burton. He batted for Bob Humphreys in the 6th inning and then stayed in the ball game. He went to left field, so he's hitting in the number 9 spot in the order. Burton, a speedster and a switch hitter. He'll be batting right against left-hander Larry Miller. 1 ball, no strikes. Now Miller delivers, and it's popped up, a foul ball outside first. Cranepool moving over. It has plenty of room, and Eddie makes the catch near the line in foul territory. Now there are 2 away in the visiting 7th. Top of the batting order for Joe Amalfitano. Amalfitano has 2 hits and 4 times at bat. He's sitting at 265. Long fly ball hit deep by Amalfitano way back toward the bullpen, and it's off the bullpen screen. It's in play, an extra base hit. Kruger around third is scoring, and Amalfitano is on with a double. He missed a home run by no more than a foot. Now it's 9-7. Krug coming around to score on the double by Amalfitano. He pulled it, and he hit the drive toward the yellow line above the bullpen. It dropped just about a foot below the line against the screen, the bullpen opening, and bounced back on the field. It's Amalfitano's 3rd hit of the ball game. Now the Cubs have the tying run up. The batter is Don Landrum. Low and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Amalfitano has now had 3 hits in a row, 2 singles and a double, and he just missed hitting a 2-run homer. 1-1 delivery, a swing and a miss on a fastball that was in on him. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, this one is going to be a cliffhanger, apparently. The end of 3, the Mets were in front 9-4. It's now 9-7. Miller with a count of 1-2 on Don Landrum. Left-hander against left-hander. It is swung on and missed, dropped by Canizero. Chris picks it up, throws to first, the side is out. Cubs had a run. 1 run, 1 hit, a run-scoring double by Amalfitano. No errors, 1 left. 7th inning stretch time at the end of 6 1/2. It's the Mets 9 and the Cubs 7. It's very hard to sell sheet music in Jamaica, you know. They make up songs whenever they need them, like this.
Having a party, eating rice and peas, dancing happily as you please. Charming lady with a very nice smile. Think I'll talk to her for a while. Think I'll talk to her for a while.
When Jamaicans get together for a party, the beat is calypso and the songs are made up on the spot.
The party was hilarious as it could be, but in the morning there was news for me. The penny was a man play wedding tune on his pipe. The smiling lady is now my wife. The smiling lady is now my wife.
And when the singer finds his throat a little dry, something refreshing will be improvised. Probably Rheingold beer. In New York City, where there are more different kinds of people than in any other city in the world, more people drink Rheingold Extra Dry than any other beer. Why do Jamaicans like Rheingold? We don't know, but we must be doing something right.
Last of the 7th inning, Chris Krug drew a walk, batting for Vic Rosnowski, and he stays in the ballgame. Eddie Cranepool is up against Billy Huff. The tall left-hander's pitch, a let-up, is hit on the ground slowly to shortstop with a lot of reverse spin. Kessinger up, throws to Keene in time, and Cranepool is out. Billy Heft has been doing quite a job in relief for Chicago since he came up from Salt Lake. The veteran left-hander in 25 innings has given up just 15 base hits and has an earned run average of 1.4. Breaking ball, a strike on the inside corner to Jim Hickman. wasting no time. The pitch just outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Hickman. Jim has hit into a force play, grounded out to third, and lined the ball hard to the left fielder. And he pops this one up on the right side of the diamond, scooting back into shallow right center of Alfitano. He has it 2 down. 2 outs, nobody on. That'll bring up Gary Kolb. Gary has reached on a walk and scored a run, doubled and scored a run, and been struck out. 1 for 2. Now the pitch on the way. Foul ball wafted back toward our broadcast booth and out of play. Travel day tomorrow. The Mets fly to Los Angeles. Al Jackson opens the Dodgers series Tuesday night. Low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. A hitter has to stay ready when Billy Heft is on the mound. He's a very rapid worker. And every now and then he'll try to pitch a little faster than usual. A swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Billy throws a wide assortment of breaking stuff. In his days when he was a 20-game winner with Detroit, he was throwing smoke. He developed a chronic sore arm that used to be very sore every spring. And the pitch is in for a call, 3rd strike. So Billy Heft gets the side in order in the 7th inning. He has come on now to pitch 2 innings in relief, allow no runs and no hits. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left in the 7th at the end of 7. New York, 9 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Chicago, 7 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Everything is over in the National League, and the race tightened up. Cincinnati beat the Dodgers 18-0. Maloney pitching a 4-hit shutout to win his 13th, Drysdale losing. The Reds are 2 games out. The Giants, with Warren Spahn, the winning pitcher, Lou McCovey and Mays all hitting home runs, beat St. Louis 6-4. Giants are now 1 game out. Simmons was the loser. The Braves were only 2 games back. They won a doubleheader, 8-5 and 8-3 from Houston. Blasingame won his 14th, and Odell was the winner in relief in the 2nd ball game. Pittsburgh and Philadelphia split. Pirates won the 1st game 7-1 behind Veal. Ray Herbert went all the way to win the 2nd game for Philadelphia 5-2. American League race, the Twins continue to open up even more of a lead. They've now won 13 of their last 16. They win today on a 2-hitter by Jim Perry, blasting the Red Sox 8-0. Cleveland beat Chicago 6-4. The White Sox are now 11.5 games back. 2nd game rained out. Yankees tipped the Tigers 6-5, run up the winner in relief. Washington with a 5-run 8th inning beat the Angels 6-4. Baltimore over the A's 9-5 in the 1st game. Stu Miller winning in the 2nd game just underway. Bobby Klaus now playing 2nd for the Mets as we go to the 8th. And the pitch to Billy Williams is taken for a strike. The pitch to Billy Williams, a drive in the air to center, running in hard is Johnny Lewis. He can't make a play. It's in for a base hit, bounds by, goes all the way back to the wall, and Williams again is on his way to 3rd, and he'll pull in with a 3-base hit. Well, Billy Williams has his 4th triple in this series. Check that he has his 3rd. In the opening game, he had a single and a double. In the 2nd ball game, he had a double and a home run. In the 3rd game, he had a single and 2 triples. And in this ball game, he now has a triple and a home run. Johnny Lewis wanted to shoestring that one. Mets with a 2-run lead. They're playing the infield back, but now Wes Westrom is headed toward the mound. Harvey Keene, a right-hand batter, up. And we may get a pitching change. Harvey came in the lineup when New York was in front 9-4 to rest Ernie Banks. This will be all for Larry Miller, and we'll have a new pitcher coming in. Larry came on in the 6th inning and struck out Jimmy Stewart on 3 pitches to retire the side with 2 men with the bases loaded. In the 7th inning, he gave up 1 run and 1 hit. So Larry pitches 1 1/3. At the moment has given up 1 run, allowed 2 hits. Walked 1 and struck out 1. Now tall Tom Parsons is coming in from the bullpen to face Harvey Keene. Well, Billy Williams has had the kind of series that a hitter dreams about. He has had 9 hits in 16 times at bat. 7 of the 9 have been extra base hits. Billy Williams in his 4-game series has 2 doubles, 3 triples, and 2 home runs. 7 of his 9 hits for extra bases. He's hitting .563 in the series. Now Larry Miller heads for the dugout, and Tom Parsons is the new pitcher. It is always difficult to stop a ball club once they get up momentum. You build a lead, and the other club starts to catch up, and they get the momentum and start to roll, and it's a tough job for the relief pitcher to come in and hold him in check. Harvey Keene will be hitting for the 2nd time. He reached on a walk in the 6th inning. He hit .262 as a part-time player with the Giants last year. He is still one of the few lifetime 300 hitters around. After 13 years, Harvey has a lifetime batting average of 305. In this spot, the Mets will concede a run. They have a 2-run lead, and they'll play the infield back. Tom looks in to get his sign from Canizero. Here's the windup and the pitch thrown. And the fastball is over, a strike, 1-1. Ron Santo is on deck. And then Billy Heft. Billy is a much better than average hitter for a pitcher. The 1-1 delivery. Ground ball bounced to shortstop. It'll score a run. McMillan grabs and throws in time, getting Keene. Billy Williams in to score. And now this is a 9-8 ball game. Billy hit a single to right center, but Johnny Lewis was going to try and shoestring it. It got loose and went all the way back to the wall for a triple. Harvey Keene getting his 2nd RBI. When he drew a walk, he did so with the bases loaded, forcing in a run. So now Ron Santo is the batter. 1 out, 2 outs, and nobody on. Here's the pitch on the way. And it's on the outside corner for a strike. Scoreboard has 2 outs, 1 out. Parsons winds, delivers, breaking ball outside and low. He checked on the swing just in time. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ron Santo. And what was once a 5-run lead is a ball game now that is a real cliffhanger. Delivery. Curve is hit foul back toward the Chicago dugout. No play. 1-2. Ron Santo has walked twice, otherwise has gone 0 for 2. He's hitting a solid .280. Winding, the 1-2 pitch to Santo. It's over, strike 3 called. He got him with a letter-high fastball. Tom had plenty of mustard on that one. Now there are 2 away, and it brings up Doug Clemens batting for Billy Huff. Batting for Billy Huff, downfielder Doug Clemens, the left-hand hitter. Cubs will have a new pitcher in the ball game in the last of the 8th inning. Clemens, the left-hand batter, and he stands far back from the plate. Charlie Smith in close at third. Fastball outside, 1 ball and no strikes. This one is no laughing matter. It's the Mets 9 and the Cubs 8. Short right field. Coming in is Gary Cold. He's under it, and the side is out. So Parsons comes in to bail the Mets out of the 8th inning with a strong running stint. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, none left. At the end of 7.5 innings, the score, the New York Mets 9, the Chicago Cubs 8. And next you're going to hear a lullaby, but remember to stay awake for what comes after.
Generations of Jewish children have been put to bed with this lullaby, and often they've stayed awake, quiet as mice, listening to the party. This song brings back friendly laughter and the clink of bottle against glass. And today, as yesterday, what's in the bottle is often Rheingold Extra Dry. In fact, in New York City, which has the largest Jewish community in the world, more people drink Rheingold than any other beer. How come? We don't know. But we must be doing something right. L'chaim.
Last of the 8th inning, Ted Abernathy in the pitch now for Chicago. And for baseball's busiest relief pitcher this year, for Mr. Abernathy, this is his 61st ball game, if you can imagine. 47 games remaining after today for Chicago. Abernathy might very well establish the all-time record for appearances by a relief pitcher, which was set last year by the A's' John Wyatt at 81. Right here, we'll pause for station identification. This is the New York Mets Baseball Network.
This is WGY and WGFM Schenectady, where you can hear all the games of the New York Mets. For baseball, for the best in music, for comprehensive, reliable news reporting, stay tuned to WGY.
Bob Murphy with Lindsey Nelson and Ralph Kiner. Bottom of the 8th inning, Chris Canizero stepping in against Ted Abernathy. First time up in the game for Chris. And the Submariner delivers a swing and a miss, strike 1. Well, if Abernathy is in 21 of the 47 remaining ball games, he will write a new major league record for appearances by a relief pitcher. And he has been averaging, getting into a much larger percentage of games than 21 of 47 remaining. He's been amazing. He has 16 saves to his credit. A strike on the inside corner. The Mets just about beat him in the first game here today. They broke through against him for the first time this year. And it took a good play by Santo in the bottom of the 9th inning on Cranepool to save the ball game with the bases loaded and 2 men down. Ted Abernathy with a 2-strike count. Here's his pitch on the way. A looping drive and his short right, a base hit. Canizero took that one right off of his hip, like pulling a 6-gun out of his holster, and lashed the drive to the opposite field. For the bunt with Parsons up. He pulls the bat back, and the pitch is over for a strike.
as he was around to bunt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Abernathy has appeared in 11 of 16 ball games against New York this year. Looking like rain again. The ball is punted down the third baseline, picked up by Krug. He throws to first in time, and Parsons moves to runner. Canizero going over to second. All of a sudden, it suddenly is beginning to look much like rain again. After the light rain and the threat of a heavy thunder shower, which never developed, the overcast moved away. It became a nice day once again, but now it's getting very breezy and quite overcast. Low flying clouds moving in right over the stadium. Abernathy up in pitching position. Bobby Klaus the batter. And he hits a foul ball down the left field line back over into the crowd. Bobby's up for the first time. He took over for Chuck Hiller. Chuck Hiller hit the ball hard all afternoon. Chuck had a home run and a single in the opening ball game. Had a run-scoring double in this ball game, but on 2 other occasions hit hard line drives that were caught. Abernathy delivers low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bobby Klaus. High-scoring 1-run battle. Chicago won the opener 7-6. The Mets in front here 9-8. We're in the last of the 8th inning. Inside, ball 2. It's 2-1. Chris Canizero on second, 1 man out. The 2-1 pitch to Bobby. And a change-up curve is over. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The count is 2-2 on Bobby Klaus. Here's the pitch on the way. A wild pitch goes to the back. Now Chicago must bring the infield in and play clamped on the edge of the infield grass, which gives the hitter always a little bit more of an advantage. The outfield shallow. 3-2 delivery. It's high, ball 4, and Bobby's on. Roy McMillan coming up. It's been a long day of baseball for veteran Roy McMillan. He played all but the last inning of the opening ball game when he was hit for it. Has gone all the way in this one. Now let's see how the Cubs play it. Canizero is on third, Klaus on first, and 1 out. Cubs are going to play the infield at halfway, even with the bag at first and third. Roy has 1 for 3 and reached on a walk his last time up, and he had a pair of hits the first game. Now the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Let's have their catcher, Chris Canizero, as the runner at third, so very little speed on the lines in that position. Abernathy, the submariner, is into the stretch. Now the pitch on the way. A ground ball bounced on the right side. And it's off the glove of Keene. Everybody is safe. Canizero scores. And the insurance run is in as McMillan lunged for a breaking ball in the outside corner. Hit a bouncing ball. Keene was charging it. He was going all the way for a play at the plate. It just ticked off of his glove and on out toward the rim of the outfield grass. An infield hit for McMillan. Scoring Chris Canizero. Back second out of the eye of the game. Moving over to second goes Bobby Klaus. Now the Mets have a 2-run lead. Now they're changing the scoring to an error. They're changing the scoring and giving Keene an error. It is an RBI for McMillan. Mets lead 10-8.
pitch to Johnny Lewis is over. Strike one. Wild pitch that Abernathy uncorked that enabled Cannizzaro to go from second to third was a real key. The run is in, and the Mets are hoping to get more. Johnny Lewis has walked twice, otherwise he's 0 for 2 in this one. Outside and low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Johnny had 2 hits and knocked 2 runs in the first game today. It's popped up outside third, right on the line of Sano. Now he goes astride into foul ground and takes it. Has scored on Abernathy in both of his relief appearances today. One of the real hitting heroes for New York, Charlie Smith, coming up. Charlie hit a 2-run homer in the first and a 2-run triple in the second. So he has driven in 4 runs this ball game. Charlie hiking his yearly total to 48. And 2 on, 1 run in. Fastball at the letters, strike 1. A rising fastball by a submarine pitcher. Now rubber arm Ted Abernathy checks the runners. Here's the pitch. Ground ball back to the mound. Abernathy up with it. Throws to Harvey Keene at first. The side is out and will be going to the 9th. In the 8th inning, the Mets pick up an insurance run. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on. So, at the end of 8, the New York Mets 10 and the Chicago Cubs 8. Well, here we go. Top of the 9th inning. New York trying to protect a 2-run lead, 10-8. This will be the second time at bat for Chris Krug. He drew a walk in the 7th inning. Fastball is high. 1 ball and no strikes on Chris Krug. Ed Bailey has come out on deck. He's going to bat for shortstop Don Kessinger. Inside of the letters, and Parsons goes behind 2-0 on Chris Krug. Yankees closed out a good road trip by beating Detroit today 6-5, and they'll open their homestand at the Yankee Stadium on Tuesday night against the Minnesota Twins. 2-0 delivery. Drives him back from the plate. That was way inside. Ball 3. Well, it's still floor pacing time. Hit a 2-run homer in the first and a 2-run triple in the second. So he has driven in 4 runs this ball game. Charlie hiking his yearly total to 48. Two outs and 2 on, 1 run in. Fastball at the letters, strike 1. A rising fastball by a submarine pitcher. Now rubber arm Ted Abernathy checks the runners. Here's the pitch. Ground ball back to the mound. Abernathy up with it. Throws to Harvey Keene at first. The side is out and will be going to the 9th. In the 8th inning, the Mets pick up an insurance run. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on. So, at the end of 8, the New York Mets 10 and the Chicago Cubs 8. Well, here we go. Top of the 9th inning.
New York trying to protect a 2-run lead, 10-8. This will be the second time at bat for Chris Krug. He drew a walk in the 7th inning. Fastball is high. 1 ball and no strikes on Chris Krug. Ed Bailey has come out on deck. He's going to bat for shortstop Don Kessinger. Inside of the letters, and Parsons goes behind 2-0 on Chris Krug. Yankees closed out a good road trip by beating Detroit today 6-5, and they'll open their homestand at the Yankee Stadium on Tuesday night against the Minnesota Twins. 2-0 delivery. Drives him back from the plate. That was way inside. Ball 3. Well, it's still floor pacing time. Here's the 3-0 pitch. This one is a strike, 3-1. Let's have a left-hander and a right-hander getting ready. Parsons trying to come from behind against Krug. Now the 3-1 delivery. It's in. He had him taking again. Now it's 3-2. Jim Bethke is the right-hander. Gordon Richardson, the left-hander, in the Mets bullpen. Infield straight away against Krug. Johnny Lewis a step to left. Pitching 3-2. Struck him out. A fastball in for a called third strike. Krug never got the bat off of his shoulder. And Parsons came from behind to get him. A fine job. One out and nobody on. Now the hitter is Ed Bailey batting for Don Kessinger. Outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Ernie Banks drove in 4 runs in the first ball game today, hiking his total to 83. Outfield around to right. And he gets the outside corner a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, right about now is a good time to lean back, light up a cool, and enjoy the taste of the most refreshing coolness you can get in any cigarette. Fastball under the knees. Ball 2. It's 2-1 on Bailey. Now Parsons winds. Here's the pitch on the way. He misses high. It's ball 3. Once again, Tom working with a 3-1 count. He actually went behind Krug 3-0, but then came back to strike him out. Now he's behind 3-1 on Bailey. Ball 4, and Bailey goes to first base. Burton will be coming up for the 3rd time. He was retired by Charlie Smith on a quick play going down the line in the 6th inning, and he fouled out to Cranepool in the 7th inning. Burton is a switch hitter, and he'll be batting left against Tom Parsons. Both games today have been cliffhangers. The opening game went down to the final out and took a good fielding play by Sano to save it for Chicago. A looping fly ball into short center. Lewis will have to play it on the hop. It's a base hit, and the tying runs are on. Burton with a Texas Leaguer into shallow right center. That brings up Amalfitano, who's had 3 hits in a row. That is the 11th hit in the game for Chicago. Joe Amalfitano has had base hits his last 3 times up. In the 7th inning, he just missed a home run by about a foot. In the ball game, he has 3 hits and 5 times at bat. Right-hand hitter. Mets have the infield hoping for a shot at 2. A looping fly ball toward the right field line, coming hard as cold, and it drops in for a base hit. Bailey around third is being held up, and now they've got a mix-up, and in to score comes Bailey. Runners on second and third. the Mets did not see it. Their back was to the play, and Bailey then was hurried on home by Alvin Dark, and he makes it in. So get this situation. It's now 10-9. One out and runners on second and third. The last two hits have been Texas leaguers. That was a bloop double down the right field line. A fly ball. He had been fooled on the pitch. It landed just inside the line. Amalfitano's fourth straight hit. Bailey comes in to score. Now the Mets have to bring the infield in, and the batter is Don Landrum. The tying run is on third, Burton, and Amalfitano, the lead run, is on second. Now time is called by manager Wes Westrom. And Wes is on his way to the mound. Well, you know you're pitching in hard luck when you get in a hot corner the way Parsons has. The walk hurt him. He walked Bailey. But Ellis Burton blooped one into shallow right center for a single, and then Amalfitano, a right-hand batter, hit a bloop down the right field line for a double. Actually, Burton, a speedster, had almost run up on Bailey, but Bailey had time to be sent on home. Ball was placed so much over toward the line that even though they had run up on each other, they still had time to send Bailey down the line to score. And now Gordon Richardson is being brought in. In the ninth inning, and so Parsons works 1 1/3. A luckless 1 1/3 at that. At the moment, Tom has allowed 1 run, given up 2 hits. He walked 1 man and struck out 2. And Gordon Richardson faces a very difficult task as he comes in the ballgame. We're waiting now as Richardson throws in his warm-ups. And now Glenn Beckert, regular second baseman, a right-hand batter, is stepping in to hit for Don Landrum. The Mets have to play the infield in. So a sticky situation, to say the least. Mets trying to protect a 1-run lead, and Billy Williams is on deck. Now the stretch by Gordon Richardson. Runners on second and third, 1 out. Here's the pitch on the way. A swing and a miss, strike 1. Clamped on the edge of the infield grass. Fast man hitting, a fast man at third. 10-9, Cubs have the tying run on third, leading run on second. Now the pitch. Line drive. It knocks Charlie Smith's glove off. He picks it up, and everybody is safe. The ball game is tied up. A line drive hit so hard it knocked Smith's glove off. Ball rolled in behind him, and this ball game is tied up. That's a base hit for Glenn Beckert. Smitty ran back, picked it up. It looked like he might throw to the plate. But he took a glance and decided he didn't have a chance. And this game is tied up. And the Cubs have runners on first and third. Only 1 man out, and the hitter is Billy Williams. Boy, the glove went flying off of Charlie's hands. The ball was hit so hard. Went up in the air and fell in behind him. Burton coming in to score the tying run. Now runners on first and third, and Billy Williams up. He has a triple and a home run. A high pop fly into shallow right center. Klaus going out. Kolb is coming in. And it is dropped by Kolb. He misjudged it. Here's the throw coming home. It's cut off. Throw to second, not in time. In to score comes Amalfitano. And Chicago has gone in front 11-10. Well, everything went wrong at once. That's a windblown single into right center. As it ultimately wound up, Johnny Lewis could have caught the ball, but Gary Kolb was calling for it all the way, and the wind, which was freshened up, was blowing it over towards center field. So Amalfitano comes in. Williams is on with a base hit into right center. Beckert stopped at second. Another run batted in for Billy Williams, his second of the ball game. Chicago has gone in front 11-10. They have 3 runs in the ninth inning. The hitter now is Harvey Keene with one out, runners on first and second. What a day of frustration. Low and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Fly base hits, 2 singles and a double, and a line drive that was hit so hard that it knocked Charlie Smith's glove off. And it's a strike on the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Two of the runs scored. All 3 of the runs scored here on the ninth are charged to Tom Parsons, who certainly has been luckless. Now the pitch on the way. Outside to Harvey Keene, 2-1. Richardson has faced 2 men. Beckert, who hit the liner that knocks Smitty's glove off, tying the game. Williams, who hit the fly ball to right center that was misjudged and fell for a base hit, driving in the leading run. Outside. Now Richardson with a 3-1 count on Harvey Keene. 3 balls and a strike on Harvey. He's up for the 3rd time, didn't come into the 6th inning. Ball 4, that loads the bases. Well, right here we pause for station identification. This is the New York Mets Baseball Network.
This is WGY and WGFM Schenectady, where you can hear all the games of the New York Mets. For baseball, for the best in music, for comprehensive, reliable news reporting, stay tuned to WGY.
Bob Murphy with Lindsey Nelson and Ralph Kiner from Shea Stadium. We're in the top of the 9th in the nightcap. Chicago coming from far behind in this game. At one time, they trailed 9-4. They now lead 11-10. Ron Santo batting with the bases loaded, and the pitch is outside, ball 1. Chicago Cub third baseman, right-hand batter waiting. And Gordon Richardson, this is outside, ball 2. Gordon appears to be a little unnerved by it all, and certainly is understandable. Mets lost the opener 7-6. Foul ball, tough to back into the crowd. It's 2 balls and a strike. Beckert is the lead runner at third, Billy Williams on second, and Harvey Keene on first with 1 man out. Cubs trying to add to their lead. Now the pitch. Ball 3. No place to put him, and the count has gone 3-1. Here's the windup. 3-1 delivery. Low, it's ball 4, and that forces in Chicago's 12th run of the ball game. Beckert coming down the line to score. It's now a 4-run 9th inning for Chicago, and they have a 2-run lead, 12-10. Run batted in for Ron Santo, his second of the ball game. And that brings up the pitcher, Ted Abernathy. He's hitting for the first time. Hitting in the number 6 spot in the batting order, Burton is hitting 9th. Foul ball back into the screen. Williams, the lead runner on third. And the pitch by Gordon Richardson is down in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, walks have really hurt the Mets in this ball game. They have handed out 10 walks. Now Wes Western is going to the mat and will get a right-hander. Gordon Richardson will leave the ball game. Jim Bethke has been warming up out there. A little unhappy and certainly disappointed. That's had a 9-4 lead in this ball game at the end of 3, but Chicago started climbing the hill. They got 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th. They pulled within 1 run of the 8th inning, and the Mets got what looked like a very big run in the last of the 8th inning, an insurance tally to give them a 2-run lead. But the Cubs have come back to score 4 runs here in the 9th inning. So young Jim Bethke, 18-year-old right-hander from Kansas City, is the 6th pitcher, ushered into service in this ball game by Wes Western. Now Bethke into his windup. The squeeze is on, and the ball hits the bat. It's foul. Abernathy hit the dirt to get out of the way of a high hard one, and the ball apparently hit his bat. Or did it hit Abernathy? Here's Westrom charging umpire Stan Landis. Westrom is going to argue it was a foul ball, and I believe Landis has awarded Abernathy first base hit by a pitch. If so, it brings in another run. And Westrom and Landis are arguing at the plate. Abernathy set straight down to get out of the way of the high hard one. The suicide squeeze play was on. And Stan Landis says Abernathy was hit by the pitch, and now he's on his feet and going to first base. Billy Williams then is in to score on the hit batsman. And the Cubs now have 5 runs in and lead 13-10. Now the bases are still loaded. Another run has crossed the plate. Now a 5-run inning, and Chicago has opened up a 3-run lead. They are in front 13-10. And Chris Krug is batting for the 2nd time in the inning. Bethke into his windup. Now the pitch. A swing and a miss, strike 1. Bethke winding. Fires way outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Back in the 2nd inning, the Mets scored 6 runs to build an 8-2 lead. Low and outside, 2 balls and a strike. It's the old flash. Frankie Frisch used to always say, oh, those bases on balls, they'll kill you. 2-1 the count. Bethke delivers. A swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Harvey Keene is the lead runner. He's at 3rd, Ron Santo at 2nd, and Ted Abernathy at 1st. Bethke has a 2-2 count on Krug. Now the pitch on the way. Curve, a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So 2 men away. Well, Krug has been up twice and struck out twice. He's the only man the Mets have gotten out here in the 9th inning. Now here's Bailey, who appeared as a pinch hitter for Don Kessinger, is batting for the 2nd time in the inning. Bailey drew a walk as the pinch batter. Just missed the inside corner. 1 ball and no strikes. 5 runs are in on 4 hits, 3 walks, and a hit batsman. Now the curve is over for a strike, 1-1. Cubs have 4 hits in the inning. One was a Texas League single, one was a Texas League double, one was a one-blown fly ball that dropped. The only really legitimate hit was a ball that normally would possibly be caught because it was a hard-hit line drive into Smitty's glove, but hit so hard it knocked his glove off. It's 1-1 on Ed Bailey. He has to jump back. It's inside. 2 balls and a strike. Now Bethke siding in on Canizaro's target. The 2-1 delivery. Outside, ball 3, and here again he has no place to put him. Bases are loaded. 3 balls and a strike on Bailey. As a pinch hitter, he's up to the 2nd time of the inning. Now Bethke turning around, checking the defense. Goes into his windup. The 3-1 pitch, way inside, ball 4. It's now a 6-run inning for Chicago, and they lead 14-10. As Harvey Keene comes down the line to score. That's the 4th walk here in the 9th inning. There also has been a hit batsman. 6 runs in, the Cubs in front, 14-10. Ellis Burton batting for the 2nd time of the inning. Ground ball hit down to first. Cranepool is up with it, throws to Bethke covering. In time to Sandy Cox. Well, it was a nightmare of a 9th. 6 runs in on 4 hits. No the score at the end of 8.5 innings. The Cubs 14 and the New York Mets 10. And now a word from Cool Filter King.
Your cigarette's not tasting cool enough until you change to Cool. Just not tasting cool enough till you come up to Cool.
What kind of cigarette do you smoke? Plain, filter, or one of those new menthols? Makes no difference. Your cigarette's not tasting cool enough till you come up to Cool's. Only Cool gives you rich, mellow tobaccos, Cool's white filter, and extra coolness. The most refreshing coolness you can get in any cigarette.
With rich tobaccos, Cool's white filter, extra coolness too. Discover extra coolness in your smoke. Let Cool's come through for you. You'll be smoking cool all the time once you come up to Cool.
Discover extra coolness. Come all the way up to Cool. Cool Filter Kings.
Well, Lou Klein has a juggle lineup now after the flood of pinch hitters. Ed Bailey will be playing first base. Glenn Beckert is in to play second. Malfitano has moved to short. Santo will be at third. Harvey Keene goes to left field. Ellis Burton is in center, and Billy Williams around at right. Chris Krug behind the plate, and Ted Abernathy on the mound. Ed Craneboule leading off for New York, last of the ninth inning, and the Mets 4 behind. Right end, strike one call. Abernathy pitched the eighth inning, and the Mets picked up an insurance run off of him. But it was certainly wiped out by a 6-run ninth. Line drive in the left field, a base hit for Craneboule. That's Eddie's third hit in 5 times to 5. And it brings up Jim Hickman. Now we'll get warm-up action going in the Chicago bullpen. Jim is 0 for 4. Ground ball bounced to shortstop. Malfitano to Beckert for 1. On to Bailey. Double play. The Cubs make the 6-4-3 double play. 2 outs and nobody on now. The last of the ninth inning. Chicago leading 14-10. This was a ball game. The Mets led 8-2 after 2 innings and 9-4 after 3. But Chicago scored 10 runs in the last 4 innings. Now the pitch is taken on the outside corner by Gary Kolb, strike 1. Line drive, a base hit to left by Gary Kolb. Harvey Keene now playing left field, puts the ball back in. And it's Gary's second hit. Brings up Chris Canizaro. Chris has only been up 1 time, and he singled to right field. 24 runs, 26 base hits in this one. Cubs trying for a sweep of the doubleheader and the series. Look out. And it grazes the helmet on Canizaro. He's not hurt at all, just barely tipped him, and he goes to first. Now Joe Christopher is batting for Betsy. And 2 on, last of the ninth inning. And Joe Christopher is batting for Jim Betsy. The Cubs sweep the doubleheader. They will extend the Mets' losing streak to 8 straight. 2 on in the last of the ninth inning. Now Abernathy up in the pitching position, delivers, and it's over for a call strike on the outside corner as the submariner changed up. Cubs won the opener 7-6, putting down a ninth inning uprising, and got 6 in the ninth inning in this ball game for their lead. It's over for a call strike. So Abernathy has the Mets down to their strike in the last of the ninth inning. Cubs with a sweep can assure themselves of winning the season series. It would be their 10th win in 16 ball games. Now the two-strike pitch. A swing and a miss, and it's over. Christopher is struck out in the ninth inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on. So the Cubs, with a 6-run ninth inning, pull out the second ball game and sweep the doubleheader and sweep the 4-game series. In the nightcap, New York established a 9-4 lead at the end of 3. But Chicago kept pegging away, pulled within 1 run. The Mets picked up an insurance run in the 8th inning, and the Cubs won it with 6 runs in the 9th inning. 6 pitchers for the New York Mets handed out 11 walks and 3 hit batsmen, and therein pretty much lies the story of the ball game. In the second game, Chicago, 14 runs, 14 hits, 2 errors, and 13 left on. New York, 10 runs, 12 hits, no errors, and 8 left. Abernathy, in his 61st ball game of the year, wins his 3rd against 1 loss, and he saves 16. The loser and a luckless pitcher he was, Tom Parsons. Tom now has won 1 and lost 10. Now be with us on Tuesday night at 10:55 p.m. New York time as the New York Mets meet the league-leading Los Angeles Dodgers. Our engineer has been Sandy Alper, our statistician Matt Winnick, our producer Joe Gallagher, and our executive producer Joel Nixon. The final scores as the Chicago Cubs sweep a doubleheader from the New York Mets, 7-6 and 14-10. Now this is Bob Murphy saying so long for Lindsey Nelson and Ralph Kiner.